Yeah.
This is an orientation for Megacom forms. And so what we need basically to get started, PC, which you see in the background here. Also I've got an iPad. Some of you will have an iPhone 6, so we need that. And also we'll need a transfer cord that connects from PC to the Mac device, so whichever one that you have. So with that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to use the forms, and so that we go paperless in terms of submitting forms for Megacom in future. So with that in mind, let's get started. Right now I'm logged into OneDrive for Business for Megacom. As you can see here with my mouse on OneDrive, so if I click here, this is where all the PDF forms are located. And there is a file folder here called Files Created iPad. And if we go into that folder, we have all the actual forms. For example, the Accident or Incident Investigation Report form, FLHA form, Hazard Report form, JSA form, a Near Miss Report form, one for doing quotes that Matt will use, timesheet that will be submitted every day, and a vehicle inspection form. So that's the forms that we're going to start off with using on either our iPad or our iPhone. And so they're all there, able to be downloaded from OneDrive. So right now we'll assume that we have that done. So basically what I want to do now is that I want to transfer the files that are on my PC, and I want to put them on my iPad so I'm able to use them daily for Megacom. So all you do, first of all, you make sure that you have iTunes downloaded onto your PC or your Mac. And so then I take this transfer cord, which comes with your device, and I just plug it in. USB in my laptop, and the other end goes into my device. And you notice what happens on the screen. Automatically, iTunes come up. Now we could zoom in right here on this side, over here. And so as you see here on the PC, as soon as I plugged in my iPad, it comes up Danny's iPad here in iTunes. And so if I click on that, you'll see a number of folders or tabs come up on top. And so I want to go to the Apps tab. And I scroll down, and you'll notice some of the apps that are loaded onto the iPad. And the one that we're going to be using is called PDF Expert. It's PDF Expert 5, and so in order to use these forms you need to have PD Expert 5 downloaded onto either your iPad or your iPhone, and it's a cost of $9.99 plus tax. So before we actually even get to this, you'll have to go to the App Store and download PDF Expert 5, it's called. So we're assuming that you already have that done, and so it picks it up here on the screen. And so what we do, we go up and we click on the apps, as I already said, and we go to PDF Expert. And what we want to do is add the files. And so if you come over here, down in the lower right hand corner, there's a tab called Add Files. So we just click on that. And what it does, that takes you to your documents files on your computer. And you notice right away, because I already have it set up, all the forms that we're going to be using for Megacom show up here, and they show up in my directory called Completed Forms. And so all I do is highlight them all, and again they're on OneDrive for Business, and I click Open, and as soon as I click Open, they'll add all of those files. Now I won't do that because I already have it done, and I'll show you that on the iPad. But for you to add them, that's exactly what you have to do. So as soon as you click Open, they automatically add to your iPad. So let's just assume that's done. So right now we're going to assume that we have all of the files downloaded from the PC or your Mac onto the iPad or the iPhone 6. And so with that in mind, then we go look for the app, PD Expert 5, which I already said you should have downloaded already onto your device from the App Store. So we're going to go into that app. First of all, you'll notice as soon as you go in that all the forms are there. And every single one of the forms that you're going to be using at Megacom, You notice, for example, it says Megacom form FLHA in brackets blank template, which simply means that there should be nothing in that form, and so when you open it up, you are going to be entering information into that and submitting it, and we'll get into that in just a moment. But before we get into the actual forms, I just want to bring to your attention that I also created up on top file folders for each of these types of forms, so that when you submit it, for example, then you take the form that you submit, and we'll do that a little later, and we'll put it into this file folder for future reference if you need to go back and to look at that. So with that in mind, we're going to open up a form, and we're just, for example, we're going to use the FLHA, and so all we do is just tap on that and the form opens up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to this style. Oops. Let's go back. Make it a little smaller. Here we go. And so basically how you fill out the form, you just tap on job number. Let's give it a job number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The date is September 12th, 2014. Client number is RT 1234. We press done, we go up. Okay, who's the foreman for the job? We'll say it's Matt Neal. Location would be Husky. The work to be completed, let's just say it's run Cat 5 cable. Okay, let's see what else. Now what we need to do with this form, we need to check off, are there any hazards that we need to identify? Let's just check off a couple just as an examples. Okay, there are other workers in the area. Just touch the box and the check mark comes in automatically. We have awkward body positions. There might be overextension. Working in a tight area. If you accidentally check one and it's wrong, all you have to do is hit it again and it comes off. It's just like an on and off switch. Our PPE requirements, head protection, eye protection, hand protection, that's good there. We need a ladder, a step ladder. There might be possible hazard there. And we've inspected our tools, we know the proper use of them. So let's say that's all the information. It asks, is the worker working alone? No. You've got a partner. Identify the task and hazards, then identify the plans to eliminate them. Let's just say it's winter time. There's some ice on ground. Or sorry, the task is run Cat 5. The hazard is ice on ground. And what do we do to eliminate that? We're going to put gravel on ice. And press done. Then we go down to the rest of the form. And now we're near the end of the job. It says our permit's closed out. Yes. Areas cleaned up. Yes. Hazards remaining. No. Were there any incidents or injuries? No, not this time. And so therefore it doesn't need to be reported. And so at the end of the FLHA we need to sign off on it. So worker's signature, so all we have to do in PDF Expert is just tap anywhere and you'll see it comes up this toolbar and one says signature. So hit signature, custom signature, and a box opens up, and so all you do is sign it like that. Hit done, and you take that and you just move it down into that spot there. Now who is that worker? That worker's initials would be mine, DP, and I just print the name, Danny, done. Foreman signature, that's where I guess Matt would sign off, and all Matt has to do is again hit anywhere, just tap, hit signature, custom signature, Matt Neal, done. then Matt can take his and put his right there. Click. If you want, and you can add, you see up to 6 signatures there. Now we're done with the form. So we're going to, first of all, up in the upper right hand corner, we get this arrow pointing upward, and it gives us a number of options. One of those is save a copy. So we're going to hit this tab, save a copy, and the title comes across, and so we're going to go back and we're going to take out in brackets blank template. And so how we're going to save them is like this. We're going to save them first of all for the company that we're working for. So this job is for Saipem. Then we're going to put in today's date, 2014-10-13, and we're going to follow that by the initials of the worker, which will be, I'll just use mine, DP, and end the brackets. And so that's going to become the new file name. And so we go done. And so then what we'll do, we hit that up arrow again. We have the same options coming down. And so what we're going to do is send by email and ask what do you want to send. You want to send the document. You hit that. And up in the to, we're going to type in admin@megacom.ca. And when you do that, that's going to come to me, and you just press the send button. Done. And so then what you do, you can just X out. You see there's several forms on top here. Just X out of that one you just did. And if you want, now you can do another FLHA, because the blank template one is still back here, or you can X out. And so what we're going to do now, I'm going to show you, we go back to the upper left hand corner. You see where it says documents, you press that. And you'll notice now in your files, there's one shows up, Megacom form, FLHA, Saipem, the one that we actually, let me get out of that, the one that we just saved. Let's go back here again. So what we want to do with this one now, we don't want to leave it here, we want to put it up to one of the file folders that we created for FLHAs. So we press edit, and we click over right here, identifying the one that we just sent. And it says here move, copy, move, rename. We want to move that file, and we're going to move it to FLHA forms. And we hit move up here, and you notice that it doesn't show up in this list. When we go up here to FLHA forms, now you see this is where it's at. And so we do this each and every day, and we do it with all the different forms, for example, that are required on a job site, depending upon the job you're doing. Okay folks, I'm going to do another example. One of the forms that you're going to have to send in every day is going to be your timesheet. And so let's do that as another example. Down here, you call up, as soon as you go into PDF Expert, here are your forms. So we hit Megacom form timesheet. And when you do that, it comes up employee timesheet, ETS for short. And so we're going to fill that out, pretending we're just doing a job. Work location, let's just say it's Husky. Scroll up. Well, I guess it would be Husky Sunrise. Let's do it right. Company, let's say it's for Saipem again. Job number, let's give it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Description of task, I'm just going to say for simplicity's purposes, running Cat 5 cable to trailers. And at the end of the day, okay, it asks you how many hours did you work, how many regular hours, how many overtime hours. So here we're going to say we did 9 regular hours, 4. what time did we start at the run, and what time did we start? We started 8 a.m. and altogether we've got 13 hours. So let's just say we finished 9 p.m. So regular hours we said was 9. Overtime hours I think we said was 4. 4 in there. And so now we need to sign off. Hopefully you can follow. So you just tap anywhere. The signature stamp goes up, hit where it says signature, customer signature, which is just yours. You sign off on it, done, and you take the signature and you put it down there, and we enter the date over here. The date is October 13th, 2014, today's date. So now we're done with that form. That's all that we did today. So we're going to hit up here. We're going to get our menu across the top. We're up in the upper right hand corner again, that arrow going up. We're going to hit that and it gives us some options. We're going to select save a copy. And again, we go back. We want to take out the words blank template. And so this is Megacom form timesheet. We start off with the company name, Saipan we're working for. And then we enter today's date, 20141013, and the initials of the person who's doing the job, so I'll put my initials there, DP. So we have that done, we've got it renamed. Then we're going to hit this same icon again, and we're going to send it by email. We choose the document that we're going to send. And in the 2, we're going to go to admin, the option there already for me, admin@megacom.ca, and we press send, and that's done. And so all we need to do now, we can just X out of that one. Then in the upper left-hand corner up here, we got documents. Let's go here. You'll notice, for example, timesheet. Down here, there's a timesheet that we just created, Saipan 2014 1013 DP. What we're going to do, press the edit button. We're going to select that one and we're going to move it. We hit move from this option over here, option list, and we're going to move it to timesheet forms. And we hit the move button. And so you know it's gone from this list. We hit done. That is done. So we go up to timesheets directory, and here it is showing there. So we go back to documents again, and basically that's how we do it. It's that simple, and we do that with each and every form. At the end, as you sign it off, close it off for the day, you send the forms, all the forms, to admin@megacom.ca. As well, you put it into your directories that you created. Now, if you're wondering how to create a directory, I didn't show you that, but very quickly, you hit edit up here in the show you again. When your forms come up, you hit the word edit, and create is down in the lower left-hand corner. We hit that, it says create a new document or a new folder. We hit new folder, and this could be, we'll call it sample. It could be anything, and done. And so now we got a folder created called sample. So we can move any forms into there, for example. But I don't want that, so I'm just going to delete it. It's gone. So that's how you very simply create folders in PDF Expert.5. And that pretty well concludes the orientation tutorial for how to use PDF Expert 5 and how to fill out your fillable forms for Megacom.ca.